Kay Boyle's 1936 short story, The White Horses of Vienna, uses symbolism in setting and plot to highlight important political and social themes. There are many instances of symbolism in her story that focus on the politics and attitudes of pre-World War II Europe. Some of the most apparent images include the characters of the country doctor and his young Jewish intern. Lipizzan stallions symbolize the Austro-Hungarian Empire and its rich heritage, while a clown symbolizes Chancellor Dollfuss's fascist regime. Critic F. A. Couch, Jr. even asserts that Boyle uses the mountains of the Tyrol to function as metaphors for the Nazi myth of the Aryan Superman. Today, though, I'll focus on one symbol that highlights the power of language itself, the grasshopper. The doctor fashions a magnificent puppet of bits of wire and scraps of wood. The puppet sports a gleaming green-armored body and golden wings. The grasshopper is called the leader and speaks in a ringing voice which enchants the village children and the community's young men and leaders. Boyle writes that the grasshopper is a super thing, speaking in the doctor's ringing voice. Boyle's grasshopper is a symbol of rhetoric and oration powerful enough to enchant many people. Indeed, the grasshopper defeats the clown's arguments and turns debates to his own advantage. The grasshopper's oratory skill reminds us of Hitler's demagogic speeches. In his essay on creative rhetoric, critic P.J.H. Teitelstadt argues that Hitler gave the appearance of rationality and used pathos-based rhetoric to persuade the minds and exploit the support of his listeners. Hitler was able to sway his audiences to embrace his extreme political views. Likewise, the grasshopper was able to take control of both his audience and his opponent's arguments. Boyle's grasshopper and his abilities are symbols of Hitler's oratory powers. The grasshopper's name, the leader, shows the reader that he is powerful, a guide that others should follow. His green-armored body exemplifies his preparedness for conflict, ominously presaging the rise of the Third Reich. His golden wings are more obvious symbols, for they remind us of a golden voice and wings of flight, both expressions for uncanny talent and ability to rise above mediocrity. The ringing voice alludes to the notion that his voice will be remembered, ringing through the ages, much as Hitler's ideals rang through Europe, igniting a war. However, the most apparent aspect of the grasshopper's symbolism of Hitler is his description as a super thing. This reminds the reader of the Aryan Superman, a prominent aspect of Nazi ideology. Boyle's grasshopper is a fascinating symbol of destruction and plague. In a few short years, Hitler's army would ravage Europe and ignite a worldwide conflict of massive proportions. Boyle's grasshopper serves as a chilling reminder of the power of language and the harm that words may unleash. The rest of Boyle's short story includes further symbolism and imagery to highlight the history and political, social, and economic atmosphere of pre-World War II Europe, eventually leading to World War II itself.